on the text. Yeah, we're chatting on text, and then and he's bored. So I told him about our Skype cast, and pointed to him that this is all our talks. And he went in, he took a look. Oh, he loves it. He says, "Hey, Michael, we should do one for ourselves." So yeah, so this is a small click. So I'm trying to get a few more guys to do a group thing rather than yeah. Correct. So he was worried about, oh, what do you guys talk about? I say, well, it's just talk coxing song. And in
The
hope
best
that
thing
that
is no topics, yeah.
yeah, no topic is the best topic because it will lead you to somewhere anyway, you know. So that's the idea. If it's no topic, it's okay. I mean, what do we have to lose during the process? A few kilowatt of electricity. That's all to it, right? Correct. And burn some calories, especially at the jaw area. So anyway, yesterday I text you and says, hey, why don't we? Unless you have something to talk about. I remember a while ago, I sent you my, I won't say formula, my spreadsheet in Excel. How I go about quoting a project to
Yeah.
a client, right? Yeah. So I do not know whether you have time to digest it since then, or you may have your own, pricing structure, right? Correct. So that is something that I use, and that is something that I've learned in my previous agency uh, that guarantees profit on every project. Now, whether it goes through or not is one thing, but that guarantees you don't compromise. Say, oh, I can do it cheaper. Let me do it. Then at the end of the day, after you collect your bills, man, it's not even enough for a week. Right. So that formula is pretty much um, safe proof. Every time the project comes in, you build a client, then the money is distributed across your entire operations. A lot of freelancers just think that, oh, this is I collected $5,000. It goes into my account. I'm happy. I have $5,000. This formula, all right, tells you where the money should be going in your company, even as a solo individual freelancers running your own business as one man show, going out there to serve your client. We have to think as if we are a company. Yeah, even though it's a person, it's a company.
Yeah.
All right. So that pricing structure um, would direct some of your profit to self-improvement, some of your profit to forced savings,
Mm.
because we don't have CPF. All right. So we use other measures, our personal own system of CPF.
Yeah.
It should pay for the hardware we invest in because we know these computers will be obsolete or dying soon. We need to do repair work. We need to get external hard drive, whatever the whole works of software and hardware. Okay. And of course, if you have your other operation costs like your telecommunications, your text, your FaceTime, your phone bills, all these shouldn't come under, oh, that 5,000, oh, that 5,000. Yes, 5,000 can cover your phone bills. 5,000 can cover other things. But if
Yeah.
you don't have that pricing structure, all right, at the end of the day, your money just spent without knowing where it goes. All right. So those money are somehow locked up. Okay. So every project you do, everything you do with the client, all right, client pays for it. I think that is the message. Everything you do with a client should pay for it. The transport you go to a client's place for meeting, the meeting should be paid. The client asks you for a fax. That fax have to be paid because in a company, all right, I may hire a secretary to spend 15 minutes to pull it out and fax to client. Who's going to pay for it? Not my $5,000. Client have to pay for it. Yeah,
Right.
of course you don't tell client that. These are things you have to pay for, but so that formula is really a foolproof that I use. And then of course I code it in such a way whereby whenever you change the time, mine is a time-based quotation. Whenever you change the per hour rate, all right, the subtotal is reflected there. All right. So take for example, Casey, let me fire this up. Quotation, and I can share a screen with you after that. Yeah.
You're aware this is going to YouTube, huh?
Oh, it's okay. You see, Casey, when I see, I'm all aware of it. There are people out there who are sharing this anyway. All right. Um, when it first came out on YouTube, or at least I stumbled across a couple of people sharing the trade secrets, um, I felt a bit uneasy. All right, because my profession is now exposed. All right. More of from a selfish reason. All right, but a good reason to be selfish, because everybody needs to protect his own dream, right? I have to protect my own dream. I have to
Right.
protect my own trade. These are trade secrets. I had a bit of mixed feeling. All right. And of course, these are YouTubers have shared all this online. I have no control. Okay, so I have no control. But I thought that it is important to share, but share with the right people rather than sharing it with a client or sharing it with a potential client. All right, these are good things that schools
Yeah.
should teach designers. All right, the business module of graphic design. This is best when it's given to the final year student. All right, as if, yeah, I think the final year students should behave as if they are running an agency and not doing a project. So let's say it's a 3-year course. First year you learn the hardcore graphic design. Second year you do advanced hardcore graphic design. By the time to on the third year, before you graduate, all right, that final year should be, imagine you're running your agency now. The way the professors will engage with you as if you are the agency and he is a client, in that kind of relationship. And this should be taught in school. So let me share with you the screen. Tell me if you see anything.
Yeah.
Okay, let me make it big. Okay,
Yes.
let me see. So at least you could. Is it better?
Good. Very good.
Okay, all right. So this is a scripted Excel spreadsheet. If I change the numbers there, and then you see how it's reflected. So I have the requester name. This is your client's name, Mr. Tan, Mr. Wong. Project. This is a model that I used when I was doing a filming or video project in Shanghai some years ago. Yeah, store 17. The date is still there. It's accurate. And then of course, I have that quotation code. Everybody have their own code. Yours could be Casey Chan, could be CC001, your first code, dash 20 for year 2000, that kind of thing, right? So you have your own system, all right? And then normally I use an initial of the company first. Take for example, if it's a Motorola Electronics, it will be ME, then -001, which is the first project I'm with them, all right? Yeah. So that's how the code number is. And then a short description. All right. This is only to you, not to client. All right. So this is a shoot date. 2 day shoot because it's Shanghai, so we have to spend a day there. We spend a day coming back, the kind of thing. All right. And the shoot involved interviewing of 6 people, shooting people working in the office, shooting client having meetings, so on and so forth. So your description of what what the job scope entails under the description. Now, number 6 onward is the most important thing. So number 6 to number 14 is the professional fee. That means fee that belongs to me and belongs to you, right? It's not third party. It's our consultation fee. All right. So number 7, project brief and scope. Now this is the time I spend with, let's say, my clients in Singapore, wanting to meet and then and wanting to send me to Shanghai to do the project. So I put in one. So this is a 1 hour face-to-face meeting, the very first meeting. All right. I already built in whether I get a job or not. All right. So I built into it. The moment the client call me, I start putting that. I start clocking already. All right. So I said, okay, yeah, I will meet you, Mr. Tan, Monday morning for 1 hour. So my 1 hour consultation fee is $100. All right. So if I put 1 times $100 becomes subtotal $100. Correct. Now, if this client somehow I feel that if it's a repeated client, you pretty much can understand where it's coming from. The meeting is always long. Then I would say 3 hours. So once I put 3, all right, I hit return. You see the 300 is reflected there, right?
Yes.
Then the subtotal is automatically added for me.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So anyway, so scoping the project, doing research. I need 2 hours for the project. Concept development 2 hours. So the concept development requires more thinking. So I'm charging $300 an hour. Now, then the question would be, hey, why is it 2 hours? All right. Somehow, when you are experienced enough, you get a feeling of how much time you need for a project, like designing a logo. Pretty much you can figure out, well, I spent about 2 hours research, probably 2 full days, 8 times 16, okay, 8 hours a day times 2 days. That will be your first concept cut, maybe, you know. All right. So all these are based on gut feel. So I fill in the time, whatever that's needed, right? Correct. And then I have the subtotal. Okay. Now the second section, line item number 18 onwards, is called execution costs. So there's a distinction between fee and cost. Fee are deemed more professional, consultational. That is a fee. All right. So on the execution cost is like really getting your fingers into the keyboard and get the work done. Okay, not much of a thinking anymore because the thinking is that consultation fee. So all your thinking is done up. So now you go into the execution, right? So graphic design system, storyboarding, artwork storyboarding, so on and so forth, down to I need to do a 3D mock-up. You know, if it's a print, then you can modify your line items to whatever that suits your design process. So my cost is $100. So I can put in, but because this is filming only, so there's no storyboard. There is no. So from 18 onwards to 31, there's nothing. So I don't bill anything. All right. So I'm just going there to do the filming. That's all. So that's why the subtotal for line item number 32 is 0. Then of course, it may involve third party, like I rent camera, I may rent a tripod, or I have my own, or I may get a sound guy. So all these are laid out here. So art director is me. So I play the art director. I will put in, because it's a 2-day shoot. So 2-day shoot, 1 day is $1,000. So 2 day, 2,000, you know. So therefore, I don't know why is it 2,000 travel day, plus a travel day 2,000. Okay, so it's $6,000. Correct. Then project management is mine also. Then I have DOP, someone that I hire to handle the camera. All right. And then a camera assistant, no, nothing, because it's a very lean. So it's only the cameraman and the sound man that I travel with. All right. So I use a sound man to double with a light. All right. Yeah. So their pricing. So these are the prices they give me, Casey. So the sound man, line item number 14. All right. The sound man says, oh, Michael, 1 day is $600. All right. So I put it there. There's no markup yet. Markup will come towards the end. Okay. Then I put it in there, 1,008. Then of course I have my subtotal. All right. Yeah. You see the markup is here, 20%. Right. So I mark up 20%. Or the standard in the market is 16.78, I think. Yeah. So I round up to 20. I've been using 20 as a markup. Okay. All right. So my markup from these two third party, I'm already made like $2,820. All right. Then that becomes my subtotal just for this section, third party cost. All right. Then I move on to because it requires travel. So of course I have my travel thing, right? All right, travel insurance, nothing much. Okay. So I paid a travel agencies to help me make arrangement. So it's only $50. All right. And then out of pocket, $50. Probably I went there to pick up the tickets and things like that. Okay. All right. And then infrastructure. Yeah, this is where I talk about client pay for everything. So I have an office. So I'm charging my office renter 1 hour $100. So my client is paying me $100 just for this project, right? And office equipment, so on and so forth. So you can go through the broadband I charge, office supplies I charge also, right? Like printouts.
Yeah.
I use accounting service, all right, because at the end of the day, I'm a private limited company. I need to file my paperwork for audit, all right. I have $50 to my accountant just for this one project. Training for improvement, yeah, I put aside $50 for my future training. Of course, one of this project making $50 will not be enough to send me for class, but over time, when I have enough projects, it can be a very big number. I say, oh yeah, I can sign up for a $2,000 video editing class. All right. So all these are compounded over time. Okay. So all these are there. They are broadband. So these are like your teleconferencing, your M1 bills, your data bills, that kind of thing. So end of the day is 820. So this is a back end operation cost. So even before I start a project, $820 pretty much kick in already. All right, client have to pay for this. Okay, so the last one is what I call welfare. Now, I don't pay CPF, all right? So I give myself 1% of the subtotal above. So on 820, so line item 74, line item 59, right? And subtotal, and line item 47. Okay, so I say I want 1% of it as my CPF right here. All right, and that accounts for 177, quite decent for one project. Okay, so I got that, and then of course the grand total is to add up all the subtotal. All right, so this is $20,017.40. Okay, right. Then of course my important thing is line 88. My gross profit minus third party is, so this is what I pocket into my account. All right. So this number is how do I spend the money is all up there. All right. From servicing client to hardware, software, infrastructure, my growth, so on and so forth. So it's a very bulletproof money making formula. All right. Now this part here is subject to market rate. All right. As of now, if I if we go back 5 years in time, a graphic designer as a consultant, all right, who go to client's place and give consultation, 5 years ago is about $500 an hour. Yeah, $500 an hour. All right. When I go back like 20 years ago, uh, I was charging $300 an hour as a consultant in a big agency. All right. Okay. So that is how I come up with a number. All right. And all these numbers are something that I can quantify. It's not a number that I pluck out from the air and says, it's about $12,000. All right. So that will help
Yeah.
me how I run my company also. So at the end of the day, I can tabulate how much I made for my renter, client pay for it. If you are using your home, you can think of your home as an office. You renting it from KC for $500 for a bedroom to operate. So this thing at the end of the year or at the end of the month must be able to generate your $500 at least to pay for your rent. Yeah. So that is how you see this thing lah. So it's very handy. It's very helpful. All right. So this is what I call time-based costing. Some people
Right.
subscribe to value-based costing, but at the end of the day, I find value-based a bit abstract. That because the time is very quantifiable. 1 hour equals $50, 2 hours equals $100. So it is whatever that dollars you want to put in, and then you figure out how much time you need. All right, yeah. So that is how I come up with this formula. All right. Since day one until now, I've been using it. I've never changed it. Uh, the the line items may change depending on project. If it's a print, then it's geared towards print. This is more film making, so it gears towards film making. All right. Yeah. So even though I have bought my own machine, let's say I've bought my own camera, I will still put in a pricing because at the end of the day, client have to pay for like a renter thing. So I charge client the renter. Where do I find? I can go to a camera renter place and says, hey, Jackie, I want to rent a Sony A7 III for 2 days. How much is it? So Jackie may say, oh, $50. Then I charge my client $100 because it's 2 days, right? Correct. Right. Then plus a markup at the bottom, which is 20%.
Right.
All right. So that's how I do it. All right. So that is pretty much. Let me move. Okay. All right. Did you see me now? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So anyway, if you don't have, I can resend this to you. Put in a safe place, or you can customize your own formula if you want. Yeah. Even though you change the hour rate, you put 5 hours, the subtotal will still be correct. All right. Yeah. So those are the behind the scene, right? So my friend, as I was telling you, my friend wanted to also do a same video podcast like that. He can't wait. He says, oh, can we do it tomorrow? So I'm getting another friend to join in. All right, correct. So we will still keep
Why don't
ours to.
you get him to join our chat?
Yeah. Oh, these are dirty old men. They talk about dirty stuff. So yeah. So it might stain our it may stain our channel, which I do not want. uh,
It will never stain further about our relationship if you are aware.
right. Yeah. Correct. Yeah. Hey, today is Visa Day. I just remembered. Yeah. And then I
It's
was
a public
googling.
holiday.
Yeah, I know the Visa Day since the day I was born, all right, as a Singaporean. It's a pretty much South Asian thing. I never knew what Visa Day is. I know what Christmas is, right? It's the birth of Christ. I know what Easter is, that kind of thing. But Visa Day, I have no idea. So this morning, I was telling my mom, oh, today is Visa Day. So I was Googling Visa Day, or it's actually a day to observe the birth of Buddha, the enlightenment of Buddha, and the death of Buddha. So that's Vesak Day, in short. All right, yeah.
Which Buddha?
There's a name for that. Don't know Buddha. What? There's a funny name, right?
I only
Yeah.
know one Buddha.
Uh-huh.
The one that looks like you.
Oh, the laughing Buddha.
And the fat one.
The laughing Buddha. The laughing
The
Buddha.
one with a big tummy.
Yeah. Hey, that's a UNICEF hard to achieve. Six pack is easy. Yeah. Unipack is very difficult. It's a lot of hard work. A
And
lot of training has gone into it. You can tell.
and you have gained an enlightenment.
Oh, that is enlightenment. Yeah, yeah. The enlightenment is further down, just below the tummy. No, this content are not for kids. Okay. Hey, most of our YouTube, most of our posting, I put it not for kids. Yeah, except for the idea thing, the video of the idea thing. I thought kids can use it for a school project. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. Right.
I don't know whether the only kids that what do you call it? Whatever you say, I don't think any kids can listen.
Is that right? Yeah.
Corrupt their mind.
Yeah. You know what, Casey? Maybe you can do a similar kind of Skype cast with your kid, even though in the same house. All right. Yeah. One can talk in one room, one can talk in the other room or in the kitchen, and then, do a 15 half an hour talk with your daughter or your wife or the whole family. As if you guys are far away doing a conference call. And then post it on. You say Olive has a YouTube channel, right?
Uh,
To bake cakes or what? Yeah. So have her do that. Have her play the DJ, the person who asks a question. Something that she likes. Yeah. Correct. Yeah. So that can be quite interesting. Yeah.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah, it can be
Yeah.
quite fun. You're right. You're right. I
I
mean,
actually. Mm,
I
right.
was telling Evander, when he sat with us during the dinner time, he has nothing to talk to us about. Teenagers are zipped.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
I say, oh, Evander, you go to the room. Why don't I video call you? Since you video call your friend, right, you get so much to talk about. I video call you lah. Then treat me as your friend
Correct. 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 You wear a mask so he can recognize you, right? Yeah.
And then I'll just shut the camera. Like, who
Oh.
cares?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. 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 Correct. Correct.
yeah,
Correct.
then he said that no.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah.
It's a one
Yeah.
word thing from them now, from
I
him.
understand. 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 Yeah. It is. This will last for maybe until they go into the workforce. Right. Once they go into the real world, they would look back. Right now they are looking forward only. They don't look back. Right. Yeah. Correct. Yeah.
How old is your daughter again?
She is 19 this year. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's 19
So
this year.
so one word system now.
One what?
One word.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, 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 yeah.
okay.
All right.
My friend has a 21.
Yeah, still behave like that, I suppose.
No word system.
Yeah, yeah, still behave like that. Yeah, yeah. Very common. Yeah, yeah. But she's not working, right? Is she or still in school?
Uh, Part time, I think.
Part time. Okay. All right.
Very intelligent girl. Very intelligent girl.
Mm-mm, mm,
Yeah.
mm, mm.
But I find that they are very unique, lah, especially this generation of youngsters.
Yeah,
Very,
yeah, 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 yeah. They display a different kind of personality, I
yeah.
suppose. Right? Yeah,
They are the
personality.
Gen Y, right? They call it the Gen Y, or yeah.
No, if they are 21, they are more the millennials, I think.
I think it's over. I think Sally is a millennial.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. There's a
Oh,
date system going on. Well, it's
oh,
a very
uh-huh.
I would say all these videos that we have recorded, right? Today is generally the most educated, you know,
Right, right, right,
educating video,
right, right, right.
yeah. Uh, Other than all the ideas one and things like that.
Correct, 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 correct,
Well,
correct.
yeah, we need all this. We need all this. Yes, I mean the I the next topic that I like to bring out, right,
Mhm.
is being weird
Okay.
is normal.
Being weird.
Now you see I reflected a lot on the what Steve Jobs the different advertisement for Macintosh, right?
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Thank
Yeah,
God for reminding me on that one. I mean, I have so many stories on that. Yeah, okay. All
yeah.
right.
So we
Okay.
can base on that to talk about,
Correct.
because you see, I asked a friend. I asked a friend about this video.
Right. Right.
I say, when you see this, who do you see? No, these people are finance background. You know,
Oh, okay.
they look at it. What do you mean? Who do you see? They'll ask such very technical questions. I say,
Mm,
no, who do you see? I see Einstein. I see Picasso's. I see artists, musicians.
right.
And I say, no, no, no. Who do you see? You know, in your
Right.
life. But then they was
Right.
like, what do you mean? So you
Right.
see that conversation is very different between like between me, between you.
Right.
I'll ask you, who do you see? I
Right.
see myself there. I feel normal when I see that video, because they are the crazy ones. They don't care about the status quo.
Right.
Really hard like that. You
Right.
see?
Okay.
So so Steve Jobs acknowledged them, you know,
Right. Right.
and the world seems like acknowledging them,
Right.
but yet the world is telling a lie.
Mm.
You know,
Mm.
they have never acknowledged these people. You
Mm.
know, I can prove it is because people like us people may think, oh wow, this I did met with another accountant, you know, a couple,
Mm.
and my friend introduced me, and we sat down for just a friend chat, you know,
Right. Right.
and interesting, very interesting. So they say, oh, so Casey, what do you do? Oh, I'm an artist. They look at me as like, you act? No,
Uh-huh.
no, I'm a sculptor. I do full time sculpting. You know,
Right.
I like to
Correct.
what for that introduce myself in a public, right? You know,
Right.
and they
Right.
look at me in the damn big eyes and look at me as like
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
an alien.
Right.
I have
Right.
such job as a artist,
Right. Mm-hmm.
and my wife was there. My wife was there,
Mm-hmm.
and your wife too. Your wife work. You see, they are direct to that point. Can you
Right.
even feed yourself? You got
Right.
that? And then the interesting thing is after that, then they start to think, oh shit, have I offended you? Got
Uh-huh.
that? I can see the
Right.
body language, you know.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right. Right.
So I say, yeah, but yeah, I did say something like I totally understand. I totally understand how you feel. You know, right? The work that you see money. The work that I do, I see life.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. Right.
yeah. I see movement,
Right.
see
Okay.
enjoyment,
Right.
see a
Right.
dream.
Right. Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, oh,
That,
money can buy
mm,
dream. Yeah, yeah. I mean, no doubt. Of course, of course. I mean,
correct.
I know
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. This is, Casey, different professions have different behavior. You know, let's just like we designers or creative people, we display different traits, different behaviors. Finance is another species altogether. Medical is another species altogether.
Engineer is another species altogether too.
Yeah, correct, correct. Yeah, very hard to deal with engineers.
Yeah, yeah.
They want things very literate, you know. Yeah, a straight line must be a straight line, you know. Or I wouldn't say a
Yeah.
straight. Let me take it back. A line have to be straight, otherwise it's not a line.
Okay.
You know, yeah. A square have to be square. All right. They can never have a round corner square. You know, to them, it's not a square.
Yeah, and Michael, I know you have some engineering background and you're such an SO in that area.
Yeah, I am. Hey, I graduate with Dean's list. Okay. Yeah, you'll be surprised. Yeah, and a very good school too. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, well, that helps me lah. Okay. In terms of the technology part, but see, coming back to the video that you sent me, Steve was uh, trying to brief or prep his employees of the coming of the brand. Think different. Yeah, very old video. I've seen it before, and I was watching it over and over again, and somehow on the website it led me to this article which I forwarded you yesterday. Again, the behind the scene. I like to look at things behind the scene. All right. How this creative person called Rob Stelton, um, working with his boss to serve Steve. All
Sure.
right. Right. So that was behind the story. Yeah. Behind the scene. Yeah. So quite interesting. Yeah. And definitely the way he described this is, I think, is 99.9% spot on Steve's behavior as a client. Yeah, yeah, he's a very tough person to serve. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He quit because of that. He quit because of Steve Jobs. Yeah, yeah, because he made a promise. He saw that the ad. I mean, if anyone could feel the campaign, think different, really internalize and feel it and live inside it, it's not Steve. It's this creative director called Rob Stelton. Right. He knew there is something there coming up big. It doesn't matter who owns the company. It doesn't matter. He knew that that campaign is going to shake the industry or it's going to shake the company up. So if anyone who can feel it, I think it will be him.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Because when you have designed a brilliant logo, you can tell. All right. People do not have the same level of how you felt the logo that you have done and say this is the right logo. Client will love it to death, but the level of feeling for it can never reach yours. Right. Correct. Correct. So that was an interesting story. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you can read that, that's good. Yeah. Um, and a couple of days back, I sent you also I think through WhatsApps, a link to the Singapore Museum, right, about this painter and how Kelvin Tong, which is a local
Yeah.
filmmaker, articulate paintings. Oh, it's so well done, Casey. I finished all the 4 videos. Yesterday, I finished the last one. I was taking my time to digest one video at a time. So there are 4 videos. So I think 4 days ago, I sent it to you on an evening. Oh, beautiful. The way I see how painter, fine artists paints, what they're thinking, what their process, it opens up another level of fine arts. It opens up another level of, to me, it's no longer fine arts. It comes as a fine art first, but now it comes as a way of how I can incorporate this in my filmmaking, in my design, in my print, in my sculpture.
Right.
It is really wow. I never appreciate fine art, especially local fine artists, as well, since my exposure to the videos, right? Really lovely. And then the filmmaking, this person, how this filmmaker Calvin articulated the whole fine art scene. Really, it's amazing. It's worth seeing. It's worth seeing, or it's worth watching rather. Right. Right. So those
Thank
are,
yeah,
yeah, those
Michael.
videos are
I
good
think we'll
storytelling.
talk
Yeah. Hmm.
we'll talk about I think the next topic we'll talk about is we can enhance on the Steve Jobs video
Right.
and
Right. How,
on
how
the
do you like the
behavior.
video, Casey? How do you like the Think Different video? The crazy ones. I mean, the video is a crazy ones. That is a TV commercial, but the whole campaign is Think Different. You know. Yeah. So if you have not read the story of Rob Stelton, right? So briefly is that okay? They went to take a brief, and then they came back, and then they get many teams to put it the creative on the wall, and everybody was showing the computers, everybody is showing how computer is used, everybody is showing electronic stuff, everybody is doing all the Photoshop stuff, things like that, until one group came up with a black and white, of famous people. All right, and that stood out from the rest. So that was the beginning of for the agency, right? Think Different, right? So I mean, Rob means he wins a lot of award. Okay, yeah, but a very aloof person. So he took that concept and he says there's something in there that will work.
Mm.
Right. So they were selling about Nike is not selling shoes. Nike is to embrace professional athletes, that kind of thing. Yeah. So that kind of idea. Starbucks is not about selling coffee. Starbucks is about getting people entertained when they come in. All right, whether it's self-entertain or what, a lot of self-entertain are groups of friends having a place to chat. It's called entertainment. So Starbucks see themselves as an entertainment business. So he thought of, yeah, maybe Apple is not about computers anymore, right? Yeah, Apple is thinking about. You see, the video you sent me, which part I like the most? The Steve Jobs one. So you sent me the Steve. You have seen it, right? A few times. The part that I liked the most was when he said, okay, you can revisit that video again. Steve Jobs says, yeah, most of these people are dead, right?
Mm.
Martin Luther King is dead. I don't know.
Picasso.
Albert Einstein is dead. But man, Steve,
Picasso.
yeah, they're all dead.
Yeah.
So what one beautiful statement that Steve, he's a natural. He put it in that video. He says, if these geniuses are alive,
They will use Mac.
I believe they'll choose a Mac. My gosh, Casey, this is charisma.
Yeah.
This is charisma, yeah. Because there's no answer to it. But you come up with the best answer. I thought that was the whole highlight of the entire video. I can trash out the 90% of the video, just that thought that if they
I
are
saw that too.
if they are given a computer to use in their time, they would have chosen a Mac. My gosh. So that is, to me, it's like, wow. It's a punchline of the whole thing, lah. Right? Yeah. Correct. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So you want to pick something to talk? Yeah. I'm running
Weird.
out of breath. Yeah. Huh?
Weird.
Oh yeah,
because
yeah. Being weird is normal. Okay.
I have some reasons to talk about that thing.
Okay.
About acceptance, about idea sharing, about this and that. Weird has two parts of it, right? One is like weird as in people don't like it. Another part of it, the reason why your clients want me because I'm weird.
Okay.
Got it? So I think there's a lot of talk to talk about and sing about it.
I like it.
Rather than I also don't embrace too serious topics on
Okay.
video.
Right. That's why you call this TCSS, right?
Yeah. Okay, Michael, I gotta go.
Okay.
My
all right.
waiting
Casey.
for lunch.
All right. Take care.
Tomorrow,
enjoy your lunch.
All right.
Yeah, 11 o'clock. Thanks.
Thank you. Have a great day.